All right, so today we're going to be talking about subtracting integers. Now, the thing about subtracting integers is you can always change any subtraction problem into addition. And from what I noticed past couple weeks, from last week till now, you guys are really understanding how to add integers. So how do we switch them? How do we make a subtraction problem easier by changing it into addition? Let's look at a problem. So we should all be able to do a problem like this, 7 minus 4, right? We all know that that's 3. But if I take 7 minus 4, I can change that into its equivalent addition problem. Okay? I can change any subtraction problem to addition. Well, here I'm subtracting a positive 4. So I need to start thinking about a few things. One, if I'm changing subtraction to addition, right? Subtraction and addition are opposites of each other. They're opposite operations. So what I have to do is, I have to break this apart. So when I break this problem apart, I have my starting point. That never changes. I'm going to keep my starting point. Then I'm going to take my subtraction symbol and I'm going to change it to its opposite. And then I'm going to take my second number that I'm subtracting and I'm going to do the same exact thing. And I'm going to change that to its opposite. Well, I said I'm going to keep the 7. So let's do that. This now becomes 7. The opposite of subtraction is addition. And last time we learned about the opposite of numbers. Okay? Remember, opposites are numbers that are the same distance from 0. So what besides 4 is the same distance from 0? Let's think about that. If I have a number line, here's 0, here's 2, here's 4. Well, if I can go from the right 4, then the opposite of that would be going to the left 4 as well. So the opposite of 4 is negative 4. Okay? And you should all be able to solve this the same exact way that we've been doing. Okay? The same way that we learned last week. We have opposite signs, so you just subtract. And if you subtract, you get 3. And since 7's the bigger number, you get positive 3, just like you would here. Now, would I do that in this situation and change it from subtraction to addition? No. But it's still an option, okay? My whole point is that you understand how to do this. So again, we're going to keep our starting point, and then we're going to change subtraction to addition, and we're going to change our second number to its opposite. So let's try this. Let's say that we had negative 9 minus 6. Okay, so negative 9, it's our starting point. We're going to keep it. Subtraction, we're going to change this. To its opposite, which is addition. And then we're going to change the 6 as well to its opposite. Positive 6, its opposite is negative 6. Okay, now I have negative 9 plus negative 6, and I can solve this very easily because they have the same sign. What's our rule for same sign? Good, you just add them, 9 plus 6, which gives me 15, and you keep the sign, which is negative. So my answer is negative 15. Now, negative 9 minus 6 is the same thing as negative 9 plus negative 6. They mean the same thing, okay? So whether I solve this or I solve this, it doesn't matter because they're the same expression. They're just written differently, okay? They mean the same thing. So let's try this. Negative 8 minus negative 10. So let's look at this. Now we've got our starting point, which is negative 8. We're going to keep this. And then we've got minus, which we're going to change to plus. And then we have a negative 10. Okay? This time we're changing negative 10 to its opposite. Well, the opposite of a negative number is a positive number. So negative 10 becomes positive 10. And now I've got negative 8 plus 10. I have different signs. So what should I do here? Since I have different signs, I'm going to ignore my negatives, and I'm going to take the larger number, subtract it by the smaller number, which gives me 2. And then I'm going to look at, well, 10 was the larger number. What was its sign in the original problem? It's positive, right? That's a positive 10, so my answer ends up being positive 2. So again, addition made more sense to most of you. So anytime you see a subtraction problem, you can change it to an addition problem. So let's try a few of these on our own. Let's try So pause the video and try these problems on your own. All right, so if I changed all these to their equivalent addition problems, I would have gotten negative 8 plus, changing subtraction to its opposite, and then this positive 12 becomes its opposite, which is negative 12. Negative 3 is my starting point. Minus becomes a plus. Negative 6, its opposite is positive 6. And in number 3, negative 9, the minus becomes a plus, and the negative 4 becomes a positive 4. Okay? So what do these all equal? Well, in number 1, we have the same sign. We have negative 8, negative 12. Which just means I add 8 and 12 to get 20. And then my answer is the same sign, which is negative. So I get negative 20. In number 2, I have opposite signs. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my larger number of 6, subtract it by a smaller number of 3, and I'm going to get 3. And since 6 was my larger number and 6 is positive in the original problem, my answer is positive 3. And then in the last one, I'm going to ignore my negatives again because they're opposite signs. 9 minus 4 gives me 5. And since my larger number was 9, and 9 is negative, my answer is going to be negative 5. Okay? So again, you can change any subtraction problem to addition. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay? You can either ask in class or you can email me. All right. Thank you.